hello, let's talk Christmas. I'm going to jump right in, but first I want to say that this video is a collab with Christy from These Little Sprouts and several other ladies, and you can check out their videos by either clicking the link below this video in the drop box, or at the very end of this video I'll have the playlist linked as well. So if you're looking for other ideas for Christmas or just curious what other people are doing, make sure to check out those videos after this one. And if you're new here, welcome. Hello, my name is Misty and I'm a mother to 2 little girls, and my channel covers a variety of homeschooling topics. Feel free to check them out after this video. All right, let's talk Christmas. Okay, first of all, every single year I fall for this, and so this is the year I'm not doing it, and that is that I do too much. We all do too much. I've found that when I do curriculums, I never finish them. Once we get like about halfway through, the season just picks up too quick and I can't do it. So we are foregoing an actual curriculum this year, so it will be a lot easier to handle, but we still have plenty of things to do, and there's still daily commitment, which we will go over what that is. Now, first and foremost, before we get into the books, I do want to say that one thing worked amazing last year, and I plan to continue it this year, and that is our Christmas Advent. And we're doing a 5-week Advent based on the traditional way of Scandinavians doing it after they converted to Christianity. So this is all historically based how we do it, and I mean, it really just worked for us. So it's a 5-week Advent, and what it is you light 5 candles, 1 per week leading up to Christmas, and each candle represents somebody different for various reasons. We have the prophets, Mary, Joseph, the Bible, and the last candle being for Christ. If you want more info on how that works, I'll link a video about how I did it last year down below, but we will continue that because it was a total hit. And what we do is each week we will go over a section of the scripture leading up to the birth of Christ, and it's followed by a hymnal as well. And we use old hymnals that would have been used during that time for Scandinavian people who had converted. And that would actually be our main curriculum, I guess, regarding Christmas. So that's how we do it, and I keep it very simple. I'm going to keep it very simple because I'm just not going to overdo it this year. All right, I have a stack of books here that have a lot to do with what we're doing this year, and I will start with the 2 Advent calendars. These are not related to Christ, I guess. They're not that, but they're just like Advents that keep the festivity alive. And the first one is an actual full month of an Advent, and we did start it last year and loved it, but once again we got about halfway through Christmas, and with everything going on I couldn't finish the whole book, but this year we're going to do it. We're going to finish it, and this is the Christmas is Coming an Advent book. And so each day they get to open one of these flaps on the book, and that kind of, actually we do it the day before so that they get a hint. And so they will make guesses based off of whatever is like inside of the little calendar. And then the day of, each kid gets to read a page, and we do whatever activity is inside. So it's a really cute book. You'll make snowball cookies, you will sing different carols, you will find like giving activities, you'll find ways to like give back to people during the Christmas season. Oh, they also have one of the days is to read a short version of the Nutcracker, which is in there. Lunch bag luminaries, so creating those. There's a town in our area that does this, and it's so beautiful. They line all the streets in these little bags, but it's the little lunch bag luminaries. So yeah, this book has a ton of really cute daily activities. It's very simple. I would say if you plan to get this, and I'll link this all down below by the way, guys. If you plan to get this, just make sure that you read ahead, like read a week ahead what you need, because some of the days you will need to get like food ingredients or craft supplies, things like that. So just be aware of that. It is still very simple, but if you're not prepared, you may fail at it like I did. Now this next one, totally influenced by Tori, as usual, guys. Tori from the Ogilvy Johanna. And I bought this last year, but we didn't do it because I did too much, and so it got pushed back. So this year we will be doing the Jolly Christmas Postman. And this one is not a full month. This is like, I think it's 14 days leading up to Christmas is what it is, but it's interactive, and I think the girls will love this. So for instance, there's an envelope on this page, and inside of the envelope is something that they can open. So they get like a postcard, a Christmas card, And then inside is a Christmas card from the three little bears and Goldilocks and her sister. So there's things like that in there. Ooh, I was highly, highly, highly influenced by Tori on this one. So aren't we all? We're all. I buy everything she mentions, I swear. But yeah, so we will be doing that this year. I can't speak on it too much just because I gotta even refresh my brain on like what each page is about. But we will be doing that. Also, I need to write a calendar this year because that was my screw up last year. I just kind of winged it and every day opened something, and it was like I would forget where I was or what I was supposed to be doing, or forgot what supplies I needed ahead of time, and so I failed along with all the busyness because I didn't have time to go do all those things because I didn't plan accordingly. What is the saying? If you fail to plan, plan to fail. That's me every Christmas. Okay, and then these three books. Okay. So this first one, I wouldn't call it exactly like we're learning from it, but it's really cute, and we break it up over a lot of days because it's kind of a long book. Like each page has quite a bit of writing on it. You'll see here like this. And in each part it's like short stories. So it's like, how do I explain this? Actually, it's the perspective of Mary. And I'll show you some photos here in a second. But basically, it's like somebody wrote a book narrating as if they were Mary talking to Jesus as a child and retelling the story of his birth in that way. And it is so beautifully written. As a mom, I appreciate it. I think it's cute. They add in little details. So some of it is fiction, like fiction in the sense that we don't have written accounts of Mary doing these things, but as a mother, we know this is what you do with your kids. So it's written basically as a mother caring for her child. It's basically like it's a day after Jesus was out playing. He gets hurt. His mother has him, taking care of him. It's bedtime, and she's just retelling him the story of everything leading up to his birth. And it's really cute. So here's a picture. And here's the cover. I don't know if I showed you it. So it's called Mary's First Christmas. I got it from Half Price Books, but I will link it down below for you guys so that you can try to find it on Amazon. If I find it there, I'll let you know. I think that the pictures in it are just gorgeous. So here's another snippet. So yeah, Mary's First Christmas, written by Walter. It's covered on the front, of course. Written by Walter Wangren Jr. So yeah, I highly recommend this book. It's very cute, and the girls love it as their bedtime story leading up to Christmas. Okay, this next one is really cute, and it was brought to my attention by my friend. Shout out to Anna. We spent last year doing this together. It's a tradition of hers, and now it is going to be ours too. It went a little south last year. We accidentally ended up way too deep in a part of a woods with thorns and things with 5 children. It was a lot. It was a lot. Maybe not the best idea. We're gonna find more of an open space to do this. But it's called The Night Tree by Eve Bunting. And in this book, it's about a family that has a tradition of taking a trip the night before Christmas out to a forest and decorating a tree with edible items for animals. And they like to sit back and wait and watch to see what comes to eat the things that they leave out. And that's very cute. Now, I'm not going to sit outside in the woods at night. That's not my cup of tea. I don't want to know what's out there. We have things like coyotes, foxes, things like that. I don't want to risk anything, okay? We do have bears, but not in my area. Still, who knows? What if a random bear shows up? I'm not down for it. So what we do is we go during the day, we decorate a tree, and we leave it. We don't stay to see what eats it. But we did that last year, and other than the thorny mishap that happened, the kids loved the activity. Actually, we had 6 kids with us. That was a lot. 2 adults, 6 kids, and a bunch of thorns. Deep. It wasn't deep in the woods, but still, you get what I'm saying. It was a lot. This year, we're just going to keep it simpler and find a different area. But yeah, The Night Tree, written by Ted Rand. And last but not least is The Shortest Day, celebrating the winter solstice. Now, this does come with activities in the back. Here's the book, by the way. Now, this does come with activities in the back of the book, and we may just do those. I may add on. I'm not sure. But I love this book because it gives kids a history of some of the things surrounding the winter solstice. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically the last and longest day of the winter, and then it starts to flip where we start to gain back more sunlight throughout the day. And it goes over some of the historical folklore and context around the winter solstice, because a lot of people long ago, before understanding of modern science, they thought that things were happening like that there was a god punishing them, and that's why their sunlight was gone, that's why food wasn't being replenished. And so there's a lot of folklore around it because they just didn't understand. But it's a really unique book. I think it gives a lot of insight into it, and it does have to do with our heritage. If you remember last year, we did a lot of focus on our heritage. I'm go back Scandinavian Viking stuff. Like, my stuff goes back to very northern Europe, and so it's kind of like touching on a little bit of my ancestry and my kids' ancestry. For instance, this is a celebration of harvest, and if you're not aware, Scandinavians would often hold hands and do things like, you know, a song and a dance around a tree, things like that. So it just touches on some of that. It's not all based on my heritage, it's based all around the world. It even, like right here, it says it touches on China. So yeah, it goes over several things. Here's Sweden, so we're going northern, like I said, northern Europe. And so it just gives you a little bit of back history to some of the tradition and folklore, like I said. And in the back, you'll find activities. It shows you solstice facts, right? Which as a homeschooling parent, that's the stuff you like. You can make a winter sunset chart, measure shadows on the shortest day, find the sun's northernmost and southernmost points, show how the tilt of the earth makes the seasons, which my kids are aware of that one. Winter solstice party, and make a party for the birds, which is basically feeding them. So yeah, this is a really good book. And lastly, the thing I want to touch on is something that we did last year, and I don't know if we're going to do it again this year, just because it was a lot. It was a lot to do for me. It was a lot of prep. But we might do it. I don't know. I'm still deciding. I have, you know, half a month left to decide. But that is doing the 25-day Advent books. And so here's a stack of some of them that we've used in the past. Highly recommend Christmas Day in the morning. Oh my goodness, so good. But what we did was we wrapped 25 books, and all the way up to Christmas, or was it 24 books? I think we only did 24. Actually, it was 23 because the last night we read The Night Before Christmas, which I recommend this one. This one was a really good copy, The Night Before Christmas. This copy of it is really good. But regardless, we read books leading up to Christmas. World of Cookies for Santa, that was another book from last year. I have a whole video linked on a lot of the books we used last year. Or was it? No, I didn't show you all 25 books. I didn't. But still, if you want a good book recommendation for Christmas, I'll link that down below for you as well, of what we read last year for Christmas. But yeah, we currently owe the library some fines for late books. So if I get that taken care of in time, and then we will maybe do the book Advent. But yeah, that's the last thing we would do. Alright guys, don't forget that this is a collab, and if you want to check out the other videos, click that playlist on the top over here to look more into what the other ladies are doing. And if you're new here and you want to check out more on my channel, click this video right here. I'll see you over there, and have fun homeschooling. Bye!